Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Fallen Enchantress. In the previous session, which was like a week ago, or a week and a half ago for me, right now, we discovered some interesting new locations. All along this side of the map, we found a special location over here, which is, well, I guess you could describe it as a late game place you can expand to. It has some, I think it has like a big resource, it's like a resource cluster. If I remember correctly, you could find a lot of shards in there. So, well, for a spellcaster it might be something you'd want to go for. Clear it out, settle some cities, claim all of those shards, or just make outposts out there. I suppose that's possible as well, although kind of all of them, at least if I was to do it right now, all of them would link to Scroat, which it would give Scroat a lot of stuff to do. Let's just put it that way, since it's actually the city who has to expend its production to improve the shards and everything, so you'd probably be better off at least settling one or two cities in there as well. Anyway, we've got an Orphidian army over here, and we also defended Pseudopolis over here, which freed up our army to come down here and hopefully deal with this problem. These are level 7 Orphidians, there are 3 of them, and I am going to have to deal with them one way or another. We also noticed that we had a new settlement location thingy over here that just sort of popped up out of existence, or into existence out of nowhere rather. I can't really tell you why that happened. I'm not an expert at the game. In fact, I've only spent like 40 hours playing it. But my guess would be that as you progress down the technology tree, new locations become open to you. Each city doesn't require such a huge, massive area around it in order to make, you know, another area suitable for settling, and so you get these, like, in between Stowheelit and Ankh-Morpork, you've got quite the distance here, and it's also far enough away from Quirm that you're now able to settle a city here. I don't know, it could be the city improvements, I have enough food in them, and so they don't need... It's all guesswork for me at this point. Really, I couldn't tell you exactly why that happened, I just know that it did happen, and I'm going to want to settle a city there sooner rather than later, which also means dealing with this Darkling army, and that is definitely going to be easier than dealing with these 3 Orphidians over here, or Ophidians, whatever. Anyway, I believe I've taken care of everything this turn. I'm just gonna familiarize myself real quick. We've got Pseudopolis building a cleric, another cleric in Stowheelit, Granary in Quirm. We're building the Mended Drum in Ankh-Morpork, and Stowlat is researching for us right now, which is why it's not constructing anything. And Scroat is making me a smelter so that I can start getting some more metals every turn, and I'm going to need that, especially since I'm researching armor. That is definitely going to put a rather large increase in my metal requirements as I continue to expand my army, and I am going to have to expand my army if I want to claim all of the land that is available to me up here, because I do remember there was some really bad stuff up here. We had like a big elemental thingy up here, and we had some, can't remember what they were called, but there was a bad thing over here, and we had like a bone ogre over here, I think it was a bone ogre, yeah, and some other stuff up here, and yeah, I'm going to want that at some point, because Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 cities. I'll have a 7th over here. It's not too bad. Could definitely be worse. Wow. Worse. Try speaking, Acciyn. It's good for you. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm all done for this turn. Just cycle through. Okay, those are the only 2 within my territory. I'm not missing anyone. Good. Alright. Then I can end my turn. Are you going to attack, Worm? I'd actually appreciate it if you did. Hello. We would like to go into an economic treaty with you, creating a trade route between our 2 capitals. However, your empire's weak, and we'd be doing you a favor. Yeah, sure, whatever. Perhaps a gift of 22 guilder would make it worthwhile in exchange for the treaty. Well, it's only 22. How much am I making per turn? Of course, I can't check that right now, because that would be useful, let's just say. Also, I have coffee. Just warning you, after the fact, there's going to be coffee sounds. Sure, I agree. 22 guilder for, what, 0.26 per turn? Whatever. I'm up to half a guilder per turn in income, so could be worse, could be better, could be anything. You guys can move over here. Yeah, I know, champions only. I got it. I just want them to not be next to that. Thanks, game. Okay. These guys are over here. They have 107 hit points total among themselves. How much this? Can I check? Like, what would this army have? Oh, these guys are injured too. Yeah, I can't attack them right now. I'm gonna have to be defensive on this. Oh yeah, there's a cave bear over there too. Great. Granary is going to be finished next turn. I could train up another unit of thing. Thing can be just about anything. And then we shall see about taking care of those Ophidians. Unless they attack me, of course, which they don't appear to want to. I'm okay with that. They don't want to attack me. That's another turn that I can build up my strengths. Scroat has also finished my smelter, and now we have 2 metal per turn. Good, good, good. I like having 2 metal per turn. What I don't want you to do is expand your borders. I really don't. You expanding your borders could potentially aggro some stuff towards you. Is that really a bad thing? I mean, I have got some militia, I have some guardians, and I have Mort over here. I suppose that's not all bad. I could make another city keeper, could make a horse archer, could make some more guardians. I do have the horses for it. Or I could focus on something like, say, a merchant. Get some more guilder per turn. That's always nice. I could make a study. Get some more research per turn. It's also nice. You know what? I'm going to go for a guardian. Well, let's just say I'm a bit cautious when it comes to this game, and its inhabitants, such as these guys, because they can kick your ass if you're not careful. They've certainly done so before, and it's possible that I'm being overly cautious with them. It's possible I could have just easily killed a lot of stuff by this point, but I'm rather safe. I'd rather be safe than just charge into something and then have my entire army slaughtered and then just having bad stuff happen as a result of that. I do also remember there were dragons over here. Might be a place for me to recruit dragons over here as well. Don't remember. Either way, we have an opportunity over here. You guys, 15 out of 30, 20 out of 30, 30 out of 30. Alright. I do want to do something about this Darkling army. And as you can see, they have no real hit points to speak of, so this shouldn't be too terribly difficult for me to just move out. Oh. Well, excuse me, game. I didn't realize you actually had that as being part of the city border. There we go. We're strong, they're medium, let's do battle. Yeah, yeah, they're not able to do much to us. You can just pass there. Don't think they have... No, they don't have the movement to get to you. Good. Okay. There we go. Get these guys fortified on the front line. And everything should be good. Those are horse archers. Yes, they are. Do I want you attacking? Not really, actually. 3 times 4, 12, 12 and 12, and you have 25 plus a 3. No. They wouldn't do max damage, but no. I'd rather... You can wither them. That'll be fine. You can start firing at these guys and completely obliterate them. And these fortifications are amazing. It's one of the best abilities in the game, if used correctly. Probably not. But it's up there. It's a really good ability. And everyone's withered. That was probably a unnecessary expensive mana for me, but I don't care. Stole my fortifications. Oh. Didn't matter. Alright, Susan, you can go into the combat now. And you guys are boxed in, that's okay. Because we... Good. Get some extra gilder, get some extra experience, go back into Quirm. And we have finished a granary over here. We don't really have anything else to build either. What's the unrest looking like? Faction-wide unrest is adding a 5. Taxes are adding 22. We are removing 35. So we should be able to build a black market here without any consequence. So we're gonna do that. Get some extra gold flowing through the city. Even though it's a fortress meant for military production, gold is always nice. Black market would do better in Ankh-Morpork, but then again, what wouldn't do better in Ankh-Morpork, right? But for the time being, Quirm can have a black market. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And do I have anything else I need to worry about this turn? Well, there's a cave bear. I hate bears. Did I ever tell you I hate bears in this game? Yeah, I hate bears in this game. They're almost as bad as spiders, and the spiders aren't really that bad. They're just aggravating in the early game because there's a ton of them. Also, there are quests involving them that may or may not go the way you want them to. Alright, next turn. There's another cave bear down there. Goody. Oh, you're going towards Stow-Heelite. I do not approve of you going towards Stow-Heelite. Alright. Keep exploring. Keep finding places where things are happening. We've got our clerics in Pseudopolis and Stow-Heelite. Good. What else do we want in here? You are definitely a city that should not be expanding its borders currently. That is certainly something that you should not be worrying yourself about, which means I'm not going to be able to build a town hall here just yet. I could build a shrine. Shrines are gonna reduce unrest, sure. Build a shrine, that'll be fine. And Stow-Heelite. Make a shrine here as well. Your unrest is down to 0. The cleric is doing a fantastic job of reducing the unrest here. I might just go for black market. Do I have the unrest to spare? 27, 35, yes. Okay. Do a black market. And those guys, they are too far away for me to attack them. Level 9 champion is going to take me forever before I'm able to get. Okay, what are we looking at here? 17, 23. A few more turns, and then we'll go out and attack. I could build something in Stow-Lot, like the Herbalist, to get some extra mana per season. I have 195. I'm gaining 6 per turn. There's certainly uses to having a lot of mana per turn, and there's nothing negative about you know, having more mana stored up than you need, because you might need it at some point. Also, you may notice we now have a road leading from our empire down into the dark depths of the unexplored universe. That would be our trade route. And we also have a caravan over here. This is our caravan. It is going from Ankh-Morpork to Hagadst, and that is what's actually increasing our gilder per turn. It will give us sight range. It has a line of sight of its own, so we will be able to follow it and get some map information through what the caravan passes through. Pretty nice. Alright, next turn. When the earth rises, you do well to fare. Yeah, whatever. Crag spawn. I don't care. Quirm has produced its black market. The Great Mill is really helping me out here, giving me all the productions I want and need. You don't have a single defender, do you? No. I'm gonna have to move my army down here. Okay. You have built everything possible except for the Tower of Domination, and I don't need the Tower of Domination. Yeah, like you can see, these were like 7 turns in Scroat. Yeah, 4 turns. Very nice. I might just queue up 2 more Guardians and move the army. These guys are not fully healed, but at least they have a full complement of soldiers, which is the most important part. Yeah, sure. Let's go kill the cave bear. It has ridiculous range. I do not approve of that. Okay. We'll give it a curse. That'll be fine. You are able to get to every single one of us. We are not able to get to you, so fine. We'll set up our fortifications here. Something like this. should be able to attack him no matter which target he chooses to go for. Put a curse on the bear to lower its defenses and shoot away at it. Ow. Oh. Goddamn maul ability. That is by far the most ridiculous ability in the entire game. Just being able to constantly attack someone until you miss. You can kill anything if you're lucky enough. And it's a pain in the ass when you're facing things that have that ability. Alright, can we kill it? No, but we're close. And he attacks the ones in the fortifications and kills them. And then he dies from poison. Well, we lost a group of warriors, we killed a cave bear. I think we got some pelt from that. Yes, bear pelt. It's worth 9 guilder, it's not worth anything to you, there's no like crafting system or anything. You can't use it in combat because it's not a usable item, so is the spider silk. You can sell it to like your city's weavers and sold for a fair bit of coin. It's just something to help, you know, get you some extra few guilders if you need them. You also have 2 adept's robes. I don't need 2 of them. I could sell one, but I'm kind of hoping I'll get another spellcasting type hero, and I'm saving it just for that. Might be a mistake on my part, but whatever. Windhammer. I'm just gonna sell you. Or... oh, I'm in the wrong screen. There we go. Sell the Windhammer, that'll be fine. I could buy a horse for myself. It's 120 guilder. That's more than double what I paid for the Great Mill, damn it. What the fuck, game? A horse would definitely help, though. It would. Fine. I'll buy a horse. Fine. That eats up so much of my gold. So much of it. Ugh. Also, before you build that guardian, you should construct a pioneer for me. Oh, right. Do it that way, Acciyn, because the game has a tendency of crashing, and while I haven't gotten it confirmed yet, whether switching the positions of the things that I've set up in the building queue is actually what's causing the crash. I didn't have a crash last time when I realized I could do it that way instead, so I'm gonna keep doing that in the hopes that that is what's making everything work. Caravans, by the way, they can be attacked. They are auto-killed because they don't have any defense or anything, and things like this Darkling army could really screw with your trade routes. If your trade caravan dies, you don't get your 10% extra income. Kinda sad. You can also attack your enemy's trade caravans if you want to be a dick to them. That is definitely a possibility. Stolat is continuing to not construct anything. This will be done in 3 seasons, and then we'll have access to chain armor, an armorer, and kite shields. That'll be a nice day. Let's see what happens. Okay, you guys are gonna go back to Quirm. We've got some spiders down there. Not that I'm particularly concerned with that. We've got some wilding riders over here, and a troll warrior army. That's fine. And I should... well, I'm expanding here someplace once I've settled that city, and after that... I'm probably gonna keep expanding into this area, I'm thinking, and the reasoning for this is I don't want to stretch my army too thin, and if I keep expanding into this area I can pretty much clear out everything around here. I won't have to worry too much about stuff coming in from the north, and if stuff does come in from the north I should be able to fend it off, and we can go from there. There's also the fact that we actually have a rival civilization sort of in this general direction, so I'll want to expand in that direction to claim as much of that land as possible and deny the AI as much land as possible. Speaking of which, there is also an AI down here who is expanding into this area, which is unfortunate. I'd love to be able to claim this land as well, but if I don't, then what can you do, right? And we have those guys, and those guys in our territory. Okay. We're good to go for another turn. Quirm has finished the settlers, or pioneers rather, whatever. Settler, pioneer, it's the same thing. It's just... Game, I'd love to see... These are scouts. You do realize this game. They're meant to scout out unexplored territory. I'd be really appreciative if you actually let me see what the scouts uncover. I know. Interesting concept, right? Actually using your scouts as scouts? What the fuck? Alright, you guys can settle... Caldsburn? No. We are renaming you... Which one haven't I used yet? We can call you... I don't know what I want to make you either. I could make it another fortress. I mean, it does have four materials, so production's going to be pretty good. It's also in a forest, so logging camps are available to us, and the subsequent upgrades from that. Sure. This will be another fortress, and in that case, that's not the correct... There we go. Okay. This will be Uberwald. Okay. Let's spell correctly. I think it's spelled like that. No, I think that's... Is it a V? I don't know. If I misspelt it, I'm sorry, but I didn't have that one written down. It's just something that came to mind. It'll be fine. Logging camp is first, followed by workshop. And you can call me when you're done with that. Okay. I'm probably going to have to do something about that cave bear den. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about that cave bear den. I'm going to wait until I get my guardians, and then I'll do something about that cave bear den. How about that? That'll be fine. That will be fine. Shrines, guardians, black market, logging camp, mended drum, and guardian. Okay. We are good to go for another turn.